Thank you to Vendoo for sponsoring today's video.
Hi everyone, I just left my girlfriend Kim, got my hair colored. I was in desperate need of covering my grays, and now I am heading into a thrift store. I'm thinking about hitting 3 thrift stores today. I have a coupon for $10 off a $20 purchase at Plato's Closet, which I usually don't go to, but if I am going to go to Plato's, there's another thrift store in that area. So I'm going to try to hit 3 thrift stores today, and let's see who does the best for me.
I am just going to share with you today some of the things I grabbed. This is a J. Crew sweater. I looked it over really carefully. It had some alpaca in it. I thought it was really beautiful and it was a current style, so I decided to grab that. This is, I believe, another J. Crew, and I always like to look at things with the dry cleaner tag because it means it was probably well taken care of, but that, as you saw, had a big hole in it. Checking out lots of sweaters. This is an Eileen Fisher. It looked like it was an older tag, and it just needed, it looked like it needed some love, so I left it behind. I think in its day, it probably was a beautiful sweater. This sweater brings me back. I swear I had this exact sweater in a rust color from Firenze. Do you guys remember that store? Oh my gosh, I loved it. And here's another throwback, Benetton. Not the kind of Benetton I had. If you know, you know. This was a miss for me. Did not look up this Modern Citizen. Comps were pretty decent. I say it a lot. Sometimes when I have that camera in my hand, I'm not the best thrifter. This is an All Saints sweater. That was just a little piece of lint. I grabbed this at first, but then I decided to put it back. It was extremely narrow, like a small, extra small, like maybe it was dried. This American Giant sweatshirt unfortunately had a grease stain, and this Patagonia was sewn with a branded team from BC. Left that behind. These are some great Lululemons that I grabbed. They don't look great, but they were. And some Vince flats I had to leave behind because of some damage on the toe.
So one stop down. This is a shop that I usually spend hours in and usually spend like $150 to $200. I spent $34. I like what I got. I just stopped to pick up a water and lunch for the ride home, and now I'm gonna head to the next stop, and then I'm gonna end at Plato. So let's see what the next stop has in store.
This is a great thrift store, but I really struggled to film in here. It is so packed. You can see me shuffling along. The aisles are super narrow. It was pretty busy. The parking is tough. The thing that stood out the most to me was this room. I've talked about this before. I kind of go off a little bit later in the video talking about this storage room here. This was a bag I ended up putting back. I got this Lily Pulitzer sweatshirt that I was pretty excited about. Had some really good comps. And I found a couple of other things here. This was a Patagonia. Wait till you see what they have this priced at. It's pretty worn, and they had it priced at $49.99. That was pretty steep for that. Store number 2 was somewhat of a success. I spent $63 in there. The place is just so tight. It's really not a great shopping experience. The owners are so sweet, but there's just no place to move. I did, for the first time, thrift a pair of Bottega Veneta heels. We'll see how those go. They look like they're from the 90s. They were only $14.99. I also got a Lily Pulitzer piece that has comps worth about $75, so I'm excited about that. There's a part of the store that I want to share with you all that will just show you why thrifting and reselling is such an incredible thing that we can do for our environment. But we'll talk about that later. I'm hopping into Plato's Closet right now, and then we're going to wrap things up. I'm sorry, I'm the worst. I literally have footage of these sneakers, which I do pick up, and a little bit of footage from, the jeans section.
Plato's done. I only picked up 3 things. These were $35, but the comps I saw some for like in the 70s. I got an Untuck It top for men and a Free People sweater, and I had a $10 coupon. Let's get home and see what we got at the 3 different stores. Check out where I got most bang for my buck and where I'll make the most money reselling.
Hi everybody, hello and welcome back. The sun is going down as I speak and it's not even 4 o'clock yet. 3:40 and I am competing with the sun going down, so I'm trying to adjust some of the lights over here. Let me see if that helps a little bit. Okay. I went to 3 stores today. I wanted to compare the stores and get your opinion on where you think I got the most bang for my buck. The first place that I went to was the shop that I always refer to as outside of Boston, that I go to very frequently. And today the vibe was just not there. They had brought out some new racks, which typically I bank on really amazing things on the new racks. And I did get a couple of things, but generally speaking, it was a pretty light day. I also knew that I wanted to go to a couple stores. So at this store, I would typically linger a little bit longer. And today I had a little pep in my step because I knew I was going to 3 locations. I also had to get to the UPS store, and Lulu Marie was home alone all day. So I felt bad. I wanted to get back. I'm looking at her sleeping on the couch right now. I only spent $34 at the first stop. So let's go over first what I got at the first store. Okay, so for $34, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. So about, a little over $5 per item. I will start with this sweater. I think this was one of the first things I picked up. Usually I do very well on sweaters here, but there was just a lot of flaws. This is a J. Crew sweater that has some wool. I think there's a little alpaca in here. It's in really beautiful condition from what I can see. I've looked at it several times because it is wool. It has really pretty buttons. Let me just see the year this is from. This is from holiday 2019, and the fabric content is nylon, merino wool, alpaca, and elastane. So it's just a little cardigan sweater, and I really liked it. I'm not sure what the comps are on here. To be honest, I wanted to check more comps before I did the video, but the sun was going down, so maybe what I'll do is I'll pop in. This was the thing I really wanted to check comps on. When you find Lululemon and you're out shopping, you can always see the size tag on the more current pieces on this little inside pocket that's meant, for your credit card or some cash or whatever. Recently, they have started to add the style number around the size dot. So the size dot has been around for a long time, but the style number has not. And typically it's pretty hard to find the style number. Historically, Lululemon has not provided the style number on their garments, but now they do. Most recently, so you can see the tiny little numbers around. So I need to look at that, but these are joggers. And I'll check out the style number on here and then I will let you know. But I knew these were a newer style. They feel like the Align because they're that really super soft, and they're a jogger style, which I also know is pretty current. And they were in excellent condition. They were navy blue, they are a size 2, they have pockets. A lot of the things that I look for now with Lululemon: high rise, pockets, and a current size dot. So these were elements that I look for. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to find Lululemon pretty frequently at thrift stores, and some stores still mark them up quite a bit. This store in particular typically does mark their Lululemon up really high. Not really high, like $10 to $15 to $20. But I would say 50% of the time they don't mark them up. And this was one of the instances that this came out on a new rack and they were not marked up. So I think these are going to be a pretty good score. Just looking at them, I'm hoping for about 50, maybe 60. That could be reaching a little high, but depending on the style and comps on that, that could be a really good pickup. This, I just love this sweatshirt. This is from Denim & Supply, which is a branch of Ralph Lauren that I don't think is in circulation anymore. I don't think Denim & Supply is around anymore. If I find a Denim & Supply piece that's in good condition for a good price, I typically pick it up because there is a following, and I'm one of the followers. I actually love their stuff. This is an extra large too. It's in great condition. Sweatshirts are just $6 here. I did look up comps really quickly on this before I pressed record, and I saw one sold comp for $25, one for $30. I'll probably list this at 40, maybe 42 or something like that, and hope to sell it between $30 and $40. Because it's an extra large and I didn't see any available currently, the two that I saw were already sold, which is a good sign. I'm gonna go from there, so we'll see. Thank you, Vendoo, for sponsoring today's video. I talk about Vendoo quite frequently on my channel because they are such a huge part of my business. This month, in the month of December, I have really felt super grateful for what Vendoo has to offer my business. Things are super hectic. I have things selling on eBay and on Poshmark. Having the ability to have all of my items listed in one place has just been so amazing for me. For those of you who may not know, Vendoo is a service that helps you cross-list your items to multiple marketplaces. The three platforms that I use are Poshmark, eBay, and Depop. I have the ability to list all of my items right in Vendoo. I take my photos and upload them right to Vendoo. I do my entire description right in Vendoo. Once everything's done, I am able to click a few buttons and push them out to the different platforms. So everything that goes into Vendoo is saved there. Then I go into Poshmark. Poshmark requires me to add the size in the final screen, and Poshmark also wants to know what the original price was for an item. So I add those two details that are Poshmark specific, and then boom, I push it out to Poshmark. Then I click over to eBay, and eBay requires a couple fields as well. So the description will pull in from Vendoo, and some of the other components of your listing, like the color and the brand, will also pull in. Poshmark takes me like 10 seconds to create, ship off to Poshmark, make it go live, and then eBay takes me about a minute. And then on the flip side, when something sells on any of these platforms that you listed on, I will go in, I indicate the marketplace where the item sold. If I have that feature, that delist and relist feature, I will say that something sold. Like if these sell on Poshmark, I'll go in, say item sold. On Poshmark, I say what the item sold for, how much money it sold for, if there were any market fees, like if I gave discounted shipping, and then boom, it will delist it from all the other platforms, and it gives me such peace of mind. I can't imagine where my business would be without Vendoo, and it is so incredible to have it during this busy season in my life. When the kids are coming home from school, I'm prepping for the holidays, I'm juggling my Happy Holiday series where I'm creating content every day, shipping. It gets to be a real lot when you get a little bit into your journey as a reseller. I'm very grateful for Vendoo. If you want to give them a try, click the link in my description. You'll save 25% off your first month of service. And if you are not sure, you can always do 5 free listings every month with Vendoo. You can tailor your plan to your needs. If you're at a hobbyist level, there's a plan for you. If you are doing huge volume, there's a plan for you. So check it out. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you again to Vendoo for sponsoring today's video. If you're team Vendoo, leave a message in the comments and let me know what you love best about Vendoo. This was on a rack with items that were marked up, so they kind of had like their boutique items that were on a rack. They have these colored tags that indicate a higher price point. And this is an Eileen Fisher silk blouse, and when I was passing through, I saw it and I thought, oh, it's definitely going to be marked up. It looks like it's silk. It's a nice holiday silver color. And yeah, it's an extra small. I definitely pass on a fair amount of Eileen Fisher, but I definitely pick up a fair amount of Eileen Fisher too. It really depends. I'm probably about 50-50 on Eileen. And this does appear to be silk, but I'm not seeing any tags. There we go. There's the tag, and it looks like a newer tag as well, 100% silk. So this should be a good return. I want to get this listed right away because this could be really nice for the holidays, New Year's Eve, Christmas, or just dinner out. It's really beautiful. Their blouses here are $6, so I grabbed that. This was one of those pieces where I just had to trust my gut. And I kept going back and forth whether or not I wanted to trust my gut. And at the very end, I just decided to look them up. The retail looked pretty promising, but I don't know about the resale. So maybe you can help me out with this. The brand is called Vuori, V-U-O-R-I. Have you ever heard of it? These came out on a new rack, and I grabbed them. Really what got me was, funny enough, the drawstring looked like it was really quality. It had metal around the drawstring, and the drawstring had this little striped pattern, and I thought that looks really nice. Then I felt them, and they felt like Lululemon Align, like just that really, really soft, or almost a LuLaRoe vibe. And I just thought they were nice. So I thought I'm just gonna grab these and put them in Angie's thrift box because they'll be great lounge pants for her because I'm still adding to those for the kids. If you missed my series, I just wrapped up my 10 days of happy holidays. So every day for the first 10 days of December, I did a haul. So there's a ton of content. If you want to check it out, there is a playlist for it. But I'm not done with the kids, even though I shared what I was giving them as thrifted gifts in my last video. So I thought I'd grab these for Angie. Anyways, I think these sell between, I know that their joggers were $94. I don't know if these exact joggers are the same price, but let me know if you've ever heard of this brand. I love to bring new brands to you, and I love to learn about new brands. So when I saw these, I felt the quality. I was going to pick them up anyways. They were just $5, but now I don't think they're going in Angie's bag if the comps are really good. We'll see. Now this I did not run comps on, and I just grabbed it because it was fun and it was in good condition and it was an extra large. And that is this hoodie from J. Crew. It may even be men's. I can't tell by the length of the sleeve, but it's an extra large hoodie. It had the cursive tag, which lets me know it's relatively recent. And I don't even know if I looked over here. I just think I liked it, so I grabbed it. This is from spring of 2020. So yeah, not bad. J. Crew clothes, Madewell, Banana Republic, they typically have the style number and the season and year of the piece. So it's really a great resource for us as resellers, especially if you're just getting started and you're not familiar with brand tags. For those brands, you can almost always look and see the date it was sold and the season and the style number as well. So I'll have to check this out, but just given the fact that it's an extra large and cozy, I'm hoping for between $30 and $40 for that. So that is my haul from the first stop. What do you think? For $34, I don't think I did so poorly. I was very selective. I wanted to make sure that I was coming home and going to want to list all these items right away. There were a fair amount of things that I did pass on in store. And for whatever reason, I wasn't like in this huge mood to thrift today. I made the trip and I made the best of it, and it wasn't coming naturally to me today. I wasn't as enthusiastic as I usually am. The second stop I went to is a really wonderful thrift store with the most terrible parking you can imagine, and it's the most congested thrift store around my area. And every time I go in there, I always think, is this really worth it? But I usually come out with a couple good pieces. The staff is really nice there, but what shocks me about this place every time I go is their prices are not the best. Like their tops, I want to say, are $7.49, sweaters are $7.99, dresses are $9.99, jeans I think are $8. So they're not terrible, but they're not great. And they do have a rack that's $1.99. Today I looked at it. I wasn't really inspired by any of it. I used to love that $1.99 rack for whatnot, because as you know, with live sales, the outcome of the sale is oftentimes unpredictable. So if I could get some quality pieces that were just $1.99 and I start them at $3 or $5, then I would be guaranteed to at least make my money back, and then everything on top of that was gravy. I didn't find anything on that rack that I wanted to keep. But what struck me the most about this store, and to this day, it's the most viewed Instagram post in all of my posts. And what that image was and is still today is an image of their storage closet where they have stuffed bags from the floor to the ceiling. It's actually very shocking. Even as somebody who thrifts all the time, I've been to the store 100 times. I've seen the back of house at Savers and the Goodwill outlet, and I see all of the excess that gets donated, all of these things that may end up in landfills if people aren't purchasing them secondhand. There's such a misconception out there about resellers that we're stealing from the poor, that we're taking all the good stuff. If I thrifted every day for 24 hours a day, along with all of you who are watching me, we would still not be able to touch the amount of items that are discarded. And this store, for as long as I've been thrifting and going here, which is now going on 5 years, I have never seen this back room when it wasn't floor to ceiling with bags of clothing. Proceeds do go to the local Humane Society at this particular store. So even though, as far as I know, they are for profit, they still are donating some of their proceeds to a good cause. It's hard for me to stay there very long because it's just really difficult to maneuver, but let's look at what I found there. I got a couple pieces I'm pretty excited about. So at this store, I spent $60, and one of the first things I picked up I was excited about, and then when I looked at comps, I was even more excited about, and that is this Lily Pulitzer paint splatter sweatshirt in an extra large. I looked up some comps on these and they were really promising. There were also sweatpants, but I happened to find this in an extra large. And I looked really quick while I was in store, so I might be mistaken, but I thought I saw some comps for $75 for the sweatshirt. Now, I don't know if those were new with the tag or what. I'll revisit it before my sun goes down. But I was really pleased to find something that I was so excited about by Lily Pulitzer, because I don't tend to get super excited about Lily, but this is really different for her. You don't see very many like slouchy sweatshirts. I feel like her style is more refined and preppy and not oversized necessarily. It's just a really cool piece, and the comps indicated that I wasn't the only person who thought that. So I think this was going to be a really good pickup, and funny enough, this was not priced up. They know their brands there, and some of their items can be priced up, and you'll see that some of the items I did get were marked up. I did not look up comps on this bag. I know nothing about this bag. I honestly don't even know that there is a brand here. Yeo. I fell in love with this bag, and it was $14.99. I just think this tooled leather is absolutely gorgeous. Gave me Patricia Nash vibes, but even nicer. This little clutch, I think this would be such a statement piece, and it is in absolute immaculate condition. I love the red. I just thought this was absolutely gorgeous. This was just one of those that I looked at it, $14.99, and it went right in my cart. I just love this. This was one of those I bought with my heart. That might be the wrong decision. However, I don't think so. I think I will get some decent money back on this. I'll probably list this maybe $50 or $60. I don't know where we'll end up. And I'm not sure about this brand. It looks like it is so well made. YEO, made in Mexico. I don't even know if it's genuine leather. It feels like it must be. It doesn't say genuine leather. It feels like leather. It really does. I have to do some research on this, but isn't this gorgeous? So structured, so beautiful. I love it so much. So I was happy to pay $14.99 for that. So after I looked at some quick numbers, I decided to list mine for $99. But now I am going to other similar bags by the same designer. Alejandro Yeo, hand-tooled leather, braided double strap. They have this priced at $431. This one's $150. This one is $250. $130, $250. Now this one's $45, but that's just a wallet. $250 and $125. So I am the cheapest. So I think I'm going to put that up to $149. But now let's just look at some solds. $150, $175, $101. This one was $40 and kind of similar to mine, the color at least. $95, $38, $65, $150. Wow. Have you guys heard of this designer? These are all under 100 sold comps, but $150, $150, $260. Maybe I should price it higher. I don't know what to do. See, this one sold for $170. These bags are stunning. I wish you could see it in person. Just looking, yeah, I'm not seeing any of my exact bag. I saw it on some random site and it was $279. But I think what I'm going to do is maybe put it up to $159. $159. That's what I'm going with. Let me know what you would price this at. This was kind of funny. When I went to the register, I said, "Did you guys do this?" And she's like, "No, that was not us." Have you ever heard of the brand Pure? I've sold this brand before. I've sold scarves by this brand and sweaters, but this string that held it together is what really confused me. I have to cut this. I didn't know if it was just a way for them to keep it together. Like, is this new with tag? Is there something wrong with it? I just grabbed it because it was not marked up. So this was under $8. I spent $60 at this store. I'm gonna stand so you can see. I love that it was like a little wrap cardigan. The color was really pretty, and these are typically 100% cotton. Hand knit, 100% cotton. Here's the label. Oftentimes I see this brand and they have like a really giant, almost looks like a wooden button. They have a scarf that closes with a button. This doesn't seem to have any buttons. It's just an open cardigan, and I loved the size and the style and the color and the price. So I grabbed that. This should sell for between $30 and $45 is my guess. Oh, Next up, I just grabbed this. This, I couldn't tell if this was hand knit. Again, it was so crowded in there. I kept like bumping into people. People were bumping into me. Things were falling on the floor. I just couldn't stay there very long. I'm sure I could have found a lot more. But I thought this bag was so cute. This little crocheted hippie little crossbody bag. I think it is so adorable. Colors go well with this. If I bring it in close, you can see the detail. And it's just like a nice little crossbody, super easy. Throw whatever you need in there. I love it. It's very Free People to me. Someone will absolutely love this.
Okay, I'm back again. I listed mine for $65. This person has this one listed for $178. This one's listed for $45, and that's cute. It comes with a little bag. This isn't really the same realm as me, but these are the only ones listed when I search granny crochet Afghan bag. If I get rid of the granny, let's see what comes up. Mostly blankets. These styles are slightly different than mine, not many. But let's go back to the granny now, and now let's do sold comps. And then I'm going to show you a Free People equivalent. So the sold comps aren't as strong, 30, 26, 31, 15. That's not really my vibe. And then down here, I tend to like the style of mine because mine's more of a hobo style. So none of these are exactly what I was looking for. But if I go here to it's called the Free People Catch Me crochet bag. And people have these listed 80 to 98. $98 is the highest, but that's also new with tag. If we look at the sold comps, $44.65. We'll see. Some sold for $78. I feel like mine is pretty unique, so I'm going to stick with the $65. Let me know what you guys think. Is that too high? I just didn't see anything that was exactly like mine. So we'll see how that does.
I couldn't leave that behind because I thought it was so pretty. The colors in this bag go absolutely perfect with this sweater. That's cool. Just a few more things. Oh, I've already forgotten what I bought. Okay, I'll save these for the end. I mentioned them already in the car, but I grabbed these little kid boots. I don't really pick up kids things a lot, but their shoes are just $2.49. And these, I thought they were Primigi. I used to buy Angelina Primigi boots at a little boutique in Concord, and I loved them. And so that's what I thought these were, but they're actually Clark's. They have a little sticker on them. They were $2.49, and they are like brand new. And they're like a little eggplant color with faux fur right here. How adorable. And they have little bows in the back. I'm excited to list these. I think these are so cute. I would go out on a limb and say that these are new without tag. The size is, they're leather uppers, and they are a USA 6W from what I can see. You guys, I am so blind now. Once you start using readers, there's like no turning back. And now they're so filthy too. I wore these all day, had them while I was out. I've learned now to bring them with me when I'm thrifting, because sometimes, you know, depending on where you are, if I'm trying to see a style number quickly, these are the readers that I mentioned on my favorite things episode during Happy Holidays. It was my very first video in the series. So from December 1st, you can get like a 4-pack or a 6-pack of these on Amazon for $20 or less. And they're the Peepers knockoffs. They're the best. I love them. These are like 1.5. So I'm very excited about these. I think these are so cute, and they're brand new. This I bought for Rocco. He wanted a turtleneck for Christmas. I'm like, really? Like, what do you mean? He goes, I don't know, like a nice turtleneck. I'm like, well, define nice. A turtleneck's a turtleneck in most cases. I don't even know if he's gonna like this color. I had no idea what he wanted, and it killed me to pay this because this was $7.50 at that store. But it is new with tag, but it's Croft and Barrow, which is Kohl's, and I don't even know if he's gonna like this color. And it's not like I'm gonna get a lot for resale on a turtleneck, I don't think, but it is new with tag. So this is going in Rocco's thrift bag. What was the retail on this? $24, but at Kohl's that probably means like 12. So I really hope he likes it. It was men's and it was a large, so I don't know. I don't know what the turtleneck thing is. I don't know if it's a fraternity thing, if it's like, or if they're wearing them with sports jackets over them. One time in high school, I think he went to a party and all the guys wore turtlenecks and sports coats with chains hanging out. I have no idea, but we'll see. We'll see if he likes it. This was, I'm hoping, the pickup of the day. These are Bottega Veneta shoes, which I have never found before, and they're new. And they were only $14.99. But they're probably from the 90s. But look at how cool they are. So they are like a gray wool pinstripe. Look at the bottom. They're new. They have the square toe. They are a size 9.5. And they are absolutely stunning. They are gorgeous. I love the toe on them. And the block heel is just beautiful. I mean, nobody's ever worn these. I could probably say new without tag, made in Italy, $14.99. I thought for Bottega, they would have priced these up high. And if you look at the comps on Bottega shoes, they are just all over the map. But I was very excited to try them because I've never found them before. They could sell for $60, $40. They could sell for $400. Have you had any experience with Bottega Veneta? And if so, how'd you do? Is this something you would send to the Real and roll the dice? I find that they never price shoes where I want them to. Ooh, the leather on the inside is so soft. I have to be careful pulling off this tag. They're stuffed here in the toe. These have never been worn. Not a single scuff. This is almost like a little pillow right here. Let me bring it in and show you the detail up close. They're just awesome. I'm so excited about these. So this alone could be the winner at this stop, even though some of the things that I got at this stop were a little pricey, but it was still worth stopping in. Again, I was giving myself a limit on time. So far, so good. I'm not seeing any flaws yet. Whenever Tina works, she comes upstairs, she's like, "You're gonna hate me." And I know that means there's a flaw that she found, but I don't hate her. That's the nature. I'm like, Tina, this is what happens all the time. I find flaws all the time. And sometimes you just don't see them until they're under that light. So it's just part of reselling, unfortunately. But yeah, she tends to have to be the bearer of bad news when she's listing stuff. So I don't think there are any major issues here today, but Tina's working tomorrow, so I'll get back to you on that. And then I went to Plato's Closet. So it just so happened that I got a $10 coupon that came through via text message. I get them periodically that says $10 off of 20 or 5 off of 10 or 20 off of 40. And typically I ignore them because I'm not in the area. And today I was like, I'm gonna be there today. So I hopped in. I like what I got, but I don't think it's great. I mentioned these sneakers, which were right when I walked in. They were like the first thing I saw. They also had a huge display with all Hunter boots. I came very close to buying a pair of Doc Martens. I have like a Chelsea boot from Doc Marten for myself. That's just a slip-on with the faux fur, and I live in them for the winter. And the year that I bought them, which I think was just last fall, Angelina wanted a pair of the traditional lace-up Docs. So I bought her those, and I bought myself these slip-ons. I remember being in Salem, Mass. We went for Jay's birthday, 2021, and my feet were killing me. They were relatively new boots, and I had to stop and get like a different pair of socks, and my feet were really hurting. They felt super heavy all day. Fast forward a year and a couple months, I wore these Chelsea boots. That's not what they're called, but they're just slip-on, no laces, all through New York, through Brooklyn. I walked 10-hour days in these shoes, and they felt like $1 million. So what I've learned, because these are the first pair of Doc Martens I've ever owned, is that I guess there's a little window to break them in, but now they are so incredibly comfortable. Well, every time Angelina comes home, she steals mine from me. I'm like, where are your boots? And I think they're a pain because she's got to lace hers up, so I never see her in them. I think she leaves them at school. Long story short, I saw them and they were $65, and she said she'd give them to me for 20% off, but they were too big. They were too big for me, and Angie's foot is slightly smaller than mine. So I'm like, well, maybe I could sell them because they were $65, so they would have been just over 50. I could have flipped them, but I went out to the car to think about it, and I thought, I'm not gonna spend that much money because some of the comps were like $80, $90. Some were over $100, but I didn't want to chance it. So I left them behind. and I was very disappointed because if they were Angie's size, that would have been a phenomenal Christmas present for $50. So I got these. I did see some sold comps on Poshmark for these sneakers for $76, and these were priced at $35. So when I'm spending more than I would at a typical thrift store, I want to at least double my money. So I felt pretty confident with these where I had the $10 coupon. If they sold for $70 or above, that would be a good thing. They are also on places like GOAT for like 110, 180. I never know whether to trust those sites, the sneaker sites, because they're just priced up so much. Is that really what people will buy them for? But these were in beautiful condition. These will be no work. They are a size 7. They're just Air Nikes in the back. You can see the Air. I thought they were really fun though. So we'll see how those do. And they're easy to photograph, so we'll see. I also grabbed this Untuck It. Another rule of thumb for me at least is when I'm spending more money on items I'm not sure of the comps, I always try to get something that I myself would wear. So for Untuck It, I thought either Anthony or Jay would wear this. So it was a size medium, which is their size. And I bought Jay one item that was an Untuck It, and he wears it. So I think he would wear this. So if I check comps and they aren't great, I'll just put this in Jay's thrift box for Christmas. And this was just $9. So I didn't think that was outrageous. I feel like most of the time at Plato's Closet, the stuff starts at like $12. Most of the things that I'm looking at are at least $12. It's the last thing that I purchased that I'm really not sure about. However, it's my size and I liked it. It is Free People. Oh, it's a size medium. They had size large on the tag. Damn it. Anyways, it was $16. The comps are not great on this. Like maybe $30, $35. But I thought it was really pretty. It has this crisscross here in the front. I mean, I could list it for $45 and just sit on it for a while until it sells, because I spent $16. You know, even if it sells for $30, Poshmark takes their 20%. That's $6. That would be $24. That would only be an $8 profit. So I would have to sell it for at least that. But I thought it was really cute. I loved the little crisscross here in the front and the pocket. So I thought that was really cool. The other way you can look at any of this is I could say, all right, well, I paid $35 for this, and I could use my $10 coupon on this and say that this was only $6 instead of $16, and then all of a sudden it makes it a decent pickup. So however you look at it, that is what I got at the 3 places. I spent, I want to say $50 here, because $35, this was $16 and $9, so $35 and $25 is $60, and I had a $10 coupon. So the first stop was $34, the second stop was $60, and Plato's Closet was $50 for just 3 items. Those are my 3 stops. What do you think? Which stop do you think I did the best at from like a profit standpoint, or just what was your favorite piece? Which place did you like the best? I didn't get a ton of great footage today, but I thought it was really fun to compare 3 different stores in one day and just do side-by-side comparisons of what I got. I'm really hopeful on these Bottegas. So for me, that might mean that the second stop was the best stop, although I wasn't crazy about the other things that I found. I mean, I think I like the kids' boots the best next in line. Although that Lily Pulitzer sweatshirt was really good too. The first place I didn't spend too much money, and I found that new brand, but I don't know about comps and with the other stuff. But it's always fun to do this and play a little game when I'm going thrifting. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll be back real soon with another video. Thanks so much for watching. I love you guys, and I hope you're having a great holiday season. Christmas is like right around the corner. I'm starting to freak out now. Thanks again to Vendoo for sponsoring today's video. This time of year, Vendoo has been so amazing because I've been so busy. Thank God for Vendoo. If you want to give them a try, be sure to click the link in my description and you'll save 25% off your first month of service. I'll be back soon, and it is officially dark. The sun is down. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.